Damien, let's talk about where this storm's going with its impacts, because it's more than just the Florida Panhandle.
That's right. As you can see right there in that video, Melissa, the rain and the winds are really starting to pick up here at Port St. Joe down in Florida. 79 degrees, very muggy down there, and it's about to get a lot more active. Dangerous weather is on its way. So here are the latest impacts. Here are the latest trends here that we are tracking. The overall iPath, the AccuWeather exclusive iPath. Once again, Helene is now over the Gulf of Mexico. Lots of deep, warm water that is just going to add jet fuel to the fire. That is, Helene is going to rapidly intensify, looking like it's going to make landfall as a powerful Category 3 hurricane here late Thursday after sunset. So the overall track is almost due north. And here are some of the cities and communities that will be directly impacted by the eye wall here of Helene. We're talking Tallahassee up through Albany, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia as well. But pretty much every single town and city in this zone right there will be under the threat of significant dangerous weather. The overall Helene impacts here at AccuWeather on our AccuWeather real impact scale, we are rating this as a 4 on a scale of 1 to 5. Helene looks like it's going to be a 4 specifically for these two areas right here along the Florida Gulf Coast and also along the North Carolina Tennessee state line right there. Those are the two primary areas we're going to be watching. So taking a close look here at the Florida coast, you can see the area we're primarily highlighting from Tallahassee, Woodville, St. Marks, all these points here and that area highlighted in red. That's where we're going to see the primary impacts. But also, as far west as Panama City, we're going to see some dangerous weather pushing in here as we head throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. Here's that zone I was talking about between the North Carolina and Tennessee state lines. And you can see all these cities right here. The primary issue is going to be for heavy flooding, once in a generation rainfall here across these areas with widespread power outages due to strong winds. In addition to that, here's the updated look at the storm surge. We're going to see some areas seeing 15 to 20 feet total storm surge. You can see these beaches and communities right here. This is where we're primarily going to be seeing these impacts as we head throughout the next 12 to 24 hours. And as of right now, there are already multiple counties here across Florida, Georgia, that are under hurricane warnings here as we head throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. But in addition to all of these risks, not just the storm surge, not just the flooding rainfall or the powerful winds, we're also going to be watching an elevated risk for tornadoes pretty much anywhere to the east of that eye wall that I was showing you. That is where we're going to see the highest potential for tornadoes, pretty much for Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and portions of Tennessee. Also portions right there of Kentucky and Virginia will be under a tornado threat here as we head throughout Thursday and Friday, because the forward momentum will create just enough rotation and the lower levels of the atmosphere to produce those tornadoes. So we're going to be watching that very carefully. But in addition to that, look at the wind gusts we're expected to see. Our AccuWeather local Stormax up to 160 miles an hour. That is devastating and dangerous winds that's going to be working its way towards the Florida coast and southern parts of Georgia. Because of that, we're going to be expecting widespread power outages here as this storm makes its way throughout Thursday, Friday. It's going to take weeks for some areas to restore power. That's the kind of powerful storm we're going to be tracking here as Helene continues to make its way across the Gulf. So you can also stay ahead of the storm with AccuWeather's live blog updates. Get real-time expert analysis and critical safety tips as Helene approaches. Click on AccuWeather.com to stay informed and stay safe. And stay right here with AccuWeather ahead. We'll have more updates coming up right after this break.